Hello. So last minute decision here. Decided to watch the fight live with you guys because I know a lot of guys or a lot of you people have not got the event, so you're gonna be waiting for the full fight stream, if you like, and this, that, and the other. So I'm just gonna do this one. So I'm gonna give you guys a commentary and who I think each wins each round, and obviously if you guys are gonna be watching as well, obviously pitch in as to who you thought won the fight if it goes to points, of course. But we'll have to wait and see. Hey Jimmy, what's up? Awesome music. Stephen B, Ed China, Jimmy J. Here we who we going for? Well, I'm going to stick with my decision, George Groves. But as I said before, the only reason that I chose George Groves was purely because at the beginning of the tournament, I thought out of everybody who was entered at that time, I thought he was going to win, so I picked him. So I'm sticking with him. But anyway, Mr. Carter, Ed China, Boss Play, Stephen Scouts. How are you all? Hope you're all well. So Chris Eubank Jr. just entered the podium, if you like, because obviously that's how they do it now in the World Boxing Super Series. So this is unique, very, very unique. The whole card's been brilliant so far, by the way. I've done fight reviews for Isaac Lowe, Ryan Walsh, and Tommy Langford, those fights. So yeah. Sam says Eubank ninth round stoppage. Could happen. Rab Ken, here we go. Definitely. So Chris Eubank Jr. currently on the podium as they do it with all those lights around the ring. I think it's pretty unique how World Boxing Series are doing this. So big up to Cal Sauerland and all those involved for putting on these shows because all the cards have been quality. All of them been absolute quality. I wasn't going to do this live stream, but I thought, well, why not? Why not? But of course, it means I have to turn the TV right the way down because I don't want any kind of copyright or anything like that. So I'll be watching it pretty much on silent. How's everybody anyway? Are you all watching it or are you all just going to be listening to me? All right, here's George Groves. He's entering the ring. Now, Chris Eubank Jr., he did walk to the ring, looked very, very stone-faced. Very, very stone-faced. Serious. George Groves, again, looks confident, but I suppose he has to. Looks a little bit arrogant, actually. Yeah. The Rampage Gamer, how you doing? Eubank Jr. got this, huh? Maybe. Puma, .81. Jr. looks proper on it. Yeah, he does. Keep it real. Chris looks focused. Absolutely. Adam Wales. Team Groves tonight. Love the internet free streams. Well, I've bought it. So, yeah, I'm watching it in full HD on TV. So it's going to be a very good fight. Or I hope it will be. What I don't want to happen is a one-round blast up by one of them. I don't want us to be seeing that. I thought this guy was showing the fight. No, mate, that would be illegal. I'm at work till 11 out, so I'll be okay then. No worries. I'll try and give you the breakdown, but of course I'm not a professional judge, so bear with me if I get some of the rounds wrong or whatever. It is how it is. Although so far the fights that I've watched so far on this card tonight, I've got all the results right, including the last one, Ryan Walsh against Isaac Lowe. I scored it a draw. Incidentally, the judges had it as a draw. So. Charlie O'Connell, what's up? Listen to you, intensive care. Oh mate, oh mate. Well, I hope you're all right. Kenneth Hands. Hey, Anthony Peters. You banking 10 rounds, eh? Yeah. Vasil, how are you? Mr. Carter, my games from Groves with the intro. Yeah, I think so. It looks focused. Well, both of them do, to be fair. Both of them look on it. So I'm expecting a very good fight. I'm expecting Chris Eubank Jr. to come out fast. George Groves to maybe lose the first round or two. Trying to weather the storm, trying to get his range to use his jab. Then after then, I believe George Groves can take over. But like I said before, any scenario for this fight, George Groves on points, Chris Eubank Jr. on points. knockout for either one of them, referee, premature stoppage. I'm ready for all of it. So I'm okay with any kind of decision as long as it's a fair decision, the right decision. George Groves looks mean. He looks angry. It's real good. Hope Groves wins from plus supporters. Oh yeah, thumbs up everybody. Please do that. Please do that. Give it a thumbs up. All right, here we go. So both fighters are on the podium. The smoke's going behind them. The lights are beaming. Like I said before, it's very unique how the Super Series have done this. Big up to them. Big up to them. Fantastic. Yeah, old da. I got Groves on the 8th for a cheeky few quid. Have you really? Well, good luck to you for that one. I hope everybody who puts on bets and everything wins. I didn't put any kind of bet on. Well, in fact, I've never betted in my life, but because I always get the round wrong. I usually get the result right, but the round usually I get wrong. Although the guy who does the announcing, I forgot what his name is. He's like he does something with like cigars or whatever it is, but he's doing the announcing. He's got like a middle-aged guy, mustache, receding hairline, but crazy long hair at the back, really long dreadlocks. Kind of don't suit him, but hey, each to their own. He's got a good voice at announcing, so I suppose that's what he's there for, right? Terry Bromley, good evening. How are you, buddy? Jake Harwood, show us the fight. No can do, my man. I really wish I could. I wish I could, but no. I'll get some community strikes, copyright, and all that kind of thing. Could be doing without any of those kind of things. I've never got any before. Don't intend to get any. Yeah. Right. So both fighters just got in the ring now, being introduced. It's a final in my eyes for Stephen. Yeah, I agree with that one. This is definitely the fight of the tournament for me. No doubt about it. I know a lot of people are hot on the cruiserweight. I am too. I've really enjoyed what they've done. In fact, I've enjoyed every fight in this boxing super series. I've seen all of them. I didn't watch the Dorticus Gassiev one, not live. I opted for a Coley and Chamberlain live. But, win some, lose some, I suppose. Groves looks for Junior's nervous. Maybe. Okay, right, national anthem playing. You got 50 quid on 50 quid Willie Hutchinson world champ. Damn, maybe. Who's listening? Everybody. To fight on Talksport. Okay. Well, I'm not a professional announcer or judge or commentator. In fact, first time I kind of done it yesterday. So I'm just, I'm just going to enjoy the fight with you guys. I'm going to let you know kind of what I'm thinking per round, who's potentially getting on top at times, all that kind of thing. Obviously, I'm not going to give you EUBANK left, Groves right. I'm not going to be doing every single punch, so bear with me, guys. Hopefully, some of you guys are watching the fight, so you can go along with me. Let me know how you scored each round. If it goes rounds, we don't know. Maybe it's going to be first round stoppage by someone. You never know. In fact, somebody has said that they predict a first round stoppage. Has it started, Alexandru? No, it's about to start right now. They're just being introduced. Both fighters are in the ring, and they're just being introduced. So, fight should be throwing punches in probably about 2 minutes now. Three judges: Howard Foster, Stephen Gray, Marcus McDonnell, all from the United Kingdom. And who's the referee? Okay, the referee is Michael Alexander, again from the UK. Hayden plays. It starts right now. Tom Newlands. Hey, remove your hats. Sandeko. It hasn't started. It's starting right now. It's starting right now. They've introduced the judges, the referee. Both fighters are in the ring. Now the body's going to introduce the fighters' records, and then gloves touch. Ding, ding, ding. Paul Manton. What's up? Jaden. Hello. The fight's about to start right now, yeah. Chris Eubank Sr. is undressing his son. Sounds a bit wrong, but he is. He's taking his jacket off for him. So for those of you who don't know, Chris Eubank Jr., age 28, he's had 27 fights, 26 wins, one loss, and out of his 26 wins, he's knocked out 20 of those. And he weighed in at 167.6 pounds, which is spot on 76 kilos at yesterday's weigh-in. He's 5'11", which is 180 centimeters tall. So he actually weighed in a little bit heavier than George Groves. Both of them way under the limit, of course, but I was surprised by George Groves, actually. I thought that he was going to weigh a little bit more. Chris Eubank, he looks chiseled, man. But he's doing his usual pose in the ring, stood there, stone-faced, looking at George Groves, trying to get that last bit of, I don't know, psychological warfare going. Of course, his dad's been playing the part as well, saying that he's spoken to the referee about potentially stepping in to save George Groves. I hope he hasn't stepped. He hasn't really spoke to the referee, but anyway. Wendy, hey, you have a small willy, thank you. Jacob Cader, how are you, buddy? Hope you're well. So here's George Groves. He's 29. He's had 30 fights, 127, lost 3, of course. And out of his 27 wins, knocked out 20. So exactly the same as Chris Eubank Jr., weighed in at 167.1 pounds, which is 75.8 kilos. So it's just a little bit less than Chris Eubank Jr., 5 feet 11 and a half, 182 centimeters. So he's got 2 centimeters taller than Chris Eubank Jr., but he looked a lot bigger than that, to be fair. And yesterday I thought George Groves, he looked like well up for it, well pumped. And he looked quite kind of skinny, but right now in the ring, looks like he's put on a bit of muscle. Weird, isn't it? I can't show you the video, unfortunately. I can't because of the copyrights. I could do without getting sued. I really could. I'd love to show it to you all. Really, I'd love to just turn the camera on for you, point at the screen, but obviously I can't. I do apologise, I said. And Seth, yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much. I'm good. Thank you. Bungle One, what's up? Lazar, Stephen B. You can't show the fight, get fined. Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. I'm not going to risk it all. Right, here we go. Right, so both fighters in the centre of the ring now. Been given their instructions by the referee. Both touch gloves. Chris Eubank Sr. right behind Junior. Shane McGuigan right behind. There we go. Touch gloves. Back. Both of them stone faced. Can't read too much into any of that, can we? Bruce Lee, hey. I want to watch this damn fight, but I'm broke. Yeah. I know what you mean, bro. I know what you mean. Well, I'll do my best to describe it, but we'll see. I'm not a professional, of course, as you all know. Anyway, click that thumbs up for me, please. Click it right now. Do not hesitate to listen to the rest of the fight. Subscribe if you haven't done that as well. Here we go. Round one. Who's going to hit first? Oh, both just stood there, haven't thrown a punch yet. Okay. Both a bit jabs. Oh, there you go. First punch. Come from George Groves, left jab, and hit him, connected. I honestly thought that Chris Eubank Jr. was going to come out flying, but he's standing still, really. Ooh. Both just throwing the jab at the minute. No big right yet. I do apologise if I miss any of your comments. I'm just looking at the screen. We were told not to blink, so that's what we're doing. I really thought that Chris Eubank Jr. would be moving around a bit, but he's not. They're both just having a jabbing contest at the minute, so nothing really exciting. But George Groves definitely, he looks like he's got a longer reach, wider stance. He's trying to measure him. Chris Eubank Jr. just stood there in like the boxer's typical pose. But yeah, interesting. I didn't expect this from Junior. Is everybody watching this? I hope you all are. Yeah, I did. I paid the £18, Jimmy. I did. Last minute decision this morning. Now my wife and son are upstairs watching a movie, so I can watch this in peace and quiet. And I thought, well, rather than me just watch it, do a quick review, post it up for you guys, I thought what I'll do is I'll come on here and have a little chat with you all for it. So at the minute, it's just a jabbing contest. No meaningful punches come through yet. They're both just testing each other out, trying to find each other's range. But both of them don't have a defensive guard up either. Both of them hands around the waist almost. So it's just a jab. Jab fest first round at the minute. 2 rounds of jabbing. And Groves looks like he's trying to target the body. Maybe he's going to try and wind him a bit, take a bit of gas out of him. So later in the fight, he can maybe get on top of him. Oh, good counter punches there. Good left and a right by Junior. Groves went in for a jab to the stomach, got caught by 2 punches right there. Man, I want to turn the volume up so you guys can hear it, but I know I'll get in trouble, so I can't. Anyway, I hope you're all well. And if anybody is actually watching it, obviously let me know how you're scoring each round, if it goes rounds, of course. So the reason why I'm not talking about the fight is that not much is going on. They're just keeping the distance from each other, really. They're just circling each other. With the odd, Grove tried to throw a counter right then, but stopped it halfway. There we go. I honestly thought, as I said before, I thought that Junior would be coming out trying to throw a barrage of punches, but he's yet to throw a combination. Yet to throw it. So there you go, end of first round. I think I'm probably going to have to give that one to Groves. I honestly thought I'd be giving the first couple of rounds to Chris EUBANK Jr., but for me, I'll give that to George Groves. If anybody's watching the fight, let me know how you scored that one. And of course, keep a track of what rounds I'm giving them. I'm not taking any notes here. So at the end, if it goes 12 rounds, I've probably forgotten what round I've given each fighter. So overall score, maybe I've got it wrong. Yeah. Hey, Michael, you all right? Paul Helm, Howard Foster judging isn't the ref who stopped the fight early for the vote. Yes, that's correct. That is correct. Not an exciting first round. Really not an exciting one, but I'm definitely going to give that first round to George Groves. I think he landed a couple more jabs. That was it. Groves won that round. Stephen B. Agreed. As I said, somebody keep a track of what rounds I'm giving them because as I said, I'm not taking notes. So if it goes a distance, I'm probably going to lose it here. So second round just started. Click that thumbs up, everybody, please, to keep the live stream going. And if you're unhappy that I'm not showing the fight, just remember it's illegal. So that's why I'm not doing it. Again, both of them just jabbing, circling, not much going on. Although Junior seems to be trying a bit more, though. He's throwing a few punches out, but he's not connecting. Oh, George Groves. Oh, here we go. George Groves was ready to trade right there. I don't know. Is EUBANK Junior, or for those of you who's watching it, does he look nervous to you guys? Does he look nervous? Anyway, I hope this fight lives up to full expectation. So far, it's a bit early, but no. There'll be no YouTube live anywhere. This is probably all you're going to get is this right here. Me and other people probably doing the same thing because we're not allowed to show it. If anybody is showing it, then they're going to get struck off. Oh, but Groves caught him with a good right. Then he hit him, and Junior looked hurt. But no, Junior's still standing there, stone faced. Groves is up for this. He's really up for it. Chris Eubank Jr. is fighting how I haven't really seen him fight before. He's very flat footed. He's not moving around. He's not showboating. He's not doing anything like that. Of course, it's only 2 minutes into round 2. So click the thumbs up. Oh, Junior, did Junior just go down? I don't know whether he slipped or crouched. I think his gloves hit the floor. Oh, there you go. They're both trading in the corner of the ring. George Groves is on the back with his back to the corner of the ring, just trading with each other. There you go. Referee's just stepped in. Hey, I think this fight might be good, you know. Stick with me, people. Stick with me. George Groves is definitely looking for the counter. And what I've seen so far is Chris Eubank Jr. wants to try and get George Groves on the ropes, much like Carl Froch did. and try and unload a barrage of punches so the referee steps in. I think that's pretty much what Junior's game plan is so far. Because until Groves has got his back on the ropes, Junior isn't doing too much really. But George Groves coming forward. Oh, again, that's a close round, that one. Real close. Has anybody seen it? Yeah, I know. Right, so round number 2 just ended. George Groves won the first round. For me, of course, I'm not a judge, but for me, the first round was definitely George Groves. Round number 2, that's a tight one. That's a swinger, that one. That's a real swinger. I'm undecided as to who won that round. Anybody watching it, let me know. Round 2, Groves, there you go, from Paul Mountain, he says. I can't argue with that. Can't argue. I think that Chris Eubank Jr., he was only really aggressive when George Groves had his back to the corner. And he tried to unload. Oh, actually, here's a replay of it. Okay, so it looked impressive the first time around when it was live, but Junior didn't land not one single shot. Okay, so in which case, yeah, I'm going to give that round to George Groves. And the replay of Chris Eubank Jr. hitting the deck, he may have actually hit the deck then, and he went down from a jab. Oh well, either way, it's not scored. So for me, I'm going to give that to George Groves. That's 2 rounds to George Groves. For me, let me know, everybody. Oasis, cool, you agree with me. Kevin Waters, Eubank giving away the rounds early like did Billy Joe. It certainly appears that way. Click thumbs up, everybody, please. Keep the live stream going. Subscribe if you haven't already to stick with the stream. Oh, Chris Eubank Jr. caught George Groves with a big left then. I thought he was about to go. Actually, he still might. He was unloading on George Groves there. Again, as soon as George Groves' back hits the ropes, Junior comes in. I thought Groves was about to finish him right then. That was good. That was very good from Chris Eubank Jr. Very good. So now they're back in the middle of the ring, circling each other. It's hard to really tell what George Groves' tactics is. I'm presuming just counter him because he can't outpunch Junior because Junior's just too fast. But I'll have to wait and see. So this fight has a bit of a stop-start to it, really, doesn't it? There's a few barrage of punches, and I thought Chris Eubank Jr. was cut for a second then. Oh, yes, he is cut. Whoa, Chris Eubank Jr. is cut badly over the right eye. Whoa, it's pouring. Absolutely pouring. It's going down his chest, down his stomach. Oh, that's got to give George Groves hope right there. Well, Junior, you need your corner now, don't you, son? Keep saying that he doesn't need anybody. You do now. His right eye, I don't know whether it's the eyebrow or right in the corner, is badly cut. I don't know whether that was from a headbutt or a punch. I have no idea, but that is bad cut. Real bad cut. And if the referee was to stop it, don't know. But the corner needs to do work. There's 45 seconds of this round to go. You need to get to that corner and get that cut sorted out. But he's still fighting on. He's not touching it or anything. He's just letting it drip like a proper Spartan. George Groves again is winning this round. I think that Junior has hit George Groves with bigger shots in this round, but the jab is working for Groves for me. And whatever's going on with that cut, George Groves is now targeting it for definite. Definitely targeting it. Oh, Junior's in a right mess. Look at his face. It's in a right mess. Right, end of round 3. Junior's face is messed, man. Proper mess. I'm trying to see that. You're right. Here we go. Yeah, it's right in the corner of the eyebrow, the right eyebrow of Chris Eubank Jr. Don't know how it's caused, but there's a lot of blood. It's all coming down his face, over his nose, over his shoulder, over his chest. Damn, and the cutman shaking as he's doing it. Wow, he's proper mashed up. They need to sort that one out. Really need to sort that one out because they could stop it. But there again, it's not going into his eye. It's going down his cheek, but the splatter is just over his face. I really hope that they don't stop it for this. Hope they sort out the cut. I don't want to see a fight stopped on cuts. But it looks like there's a cut on the back of the head of George Groves. So I'm wondering if it was actually the back of the head that did it. Yes, it was. There you go. It was. It was a head clash that opened up Junior, and that was when I thought Junior had George Groves as well. So anyway, that's 3 rounds gone. I'm going to have to give that one to George Groves, and not because of the cut, but just because he was working behind the jab, and the bigger punches did come from Junior. So again, swing round, who knows? Is a headbutt that done it. Is a headbutt that done it. So at the minute, I'm probably giving this 3 rounds to 0, George Groves. How are you guys scoring it? Well, anyway, so they've cleaned up the blood, put a big old dollop of Vaseline over it to hopefully stop it. But of course, George Groves is going to be targeting that one. But Groves is going to have to. Oh, Junior's really going to have to go for it now. He's going to have to go for it. Well, by the looks of it, though, whenever Junior starts throwing a barrage of punches, George Groves looks worried. It looks like he may well get stopped, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Pretty good fight so far. Pretty good fight. I'll say round 3 was a bit of a swinger for me, but I think I just edged it to Groves. How the judges scored it, hard to tell, but oh, there we go. Oh, oh, George Groves had caught Junior with a couple of good body shots then, and a good headshot. Again, he's pushed Groves back into the corner to try and unload on him. Didn't work out again for him. But if he keeps on going, as George Groves gets more and more fatigued as the fight goes on, if Junior can conserve his energy, he may get away with it in the second half of the fight. So I have to wait and see. How's everybody scoring this so far? For me, I think that Junior is not doing what he usually does, which is dance around, move, and just throw punch after punch after punch. He's boxing. He's not really a boxer. He's a fighter. That makes sense. He's a brawler. Grow 3 up. Yeah, exactly. That's what I've got, David. Witness poetry. I say, I honestly thought that Chris Eubank Jr. was going to win the first couple of rounds, and then George Groves may figure him out. But oh, he's thrown some pretty big bombs, and he's caught George Groves with a good left hook and a good right as well. And George Groves took it. Well, at least he appeared that he did. Who knows? Excuse me, I was going to quick drink. Oh, Junior's going for it. He's going for that knockout. He's really going for it, and he's landing some as well. Just not flush right now. I'm probably going to edge that one to Junior. I think that's the end of round 4. I'm probably going to give that one to Junior. Okay, OS has got it 4 rounds up for Groves. Well, for me, I've got it 3-1 Groves at the end of round 4. But again, round 4. I mean, all these rounds are pretty close, so I'm not going to argue with anybody who's got it any different. Really have. But that cut is. It didn't really get reopened, but it's pretty bad though. If George Groves was to get that, that could be a real mess, and the referee could stop the fight, or the medical team at least, anyway. But he was hitting George Groves with a better shots. Although was he actually? Because when you see it live, it looks like he's connecting, but the replay just showed some of the big shots that I thought he landed actually didn't. So EUBANK is starting to come into it a bit stronger now. Yeah, definitely. I think it's a case of that cut has woke him up with a sense of he might be worried that he's going to get stopped, so he's going to try and go for the knockout. Don't be surprised for a Chris Eubank Jr. knockout here. Don't be surprised because he's going for it now. I think whatever his game plan was is now changed. But he's very flat-footed though. Very flat-footed. For those of you who's watching it, you'll see what I mean. This isn't typical Chris Eubank Jr. He's going for the knockout. He's trying to catch Groves with a big left hook or a big right hook. He's not going for any kind of straight punches, which is what I thought he would do. But See, Groves needs to be smart here. Just stay on the outside, use the jab him, because Junior isn't moving, or not as much as what he usually does. Clash of heads, yeah, it was. Yeah, that cut was a clash of heads in round number 3. It's an exciting fight, but there's like a lot of stop-start. Like I said, anybody who's watching it will understand what I mean by that. There's flashes of trading, but there's also moments of nothing going on other than just looking at each other. But Junior's definitely trying to go for the knockout. That's his game plan. It's a knockout George Groves. That's his game plan. Which I'm not. He could knock out George Groves. He could, because he stunned him a couple of times. But EUBANK has found his reach. There he has. You're right there. You're right. George Groves doesn't appear to be going for the knockout. He's going to win the rounds. That's what he's doing. But he's jabbing to the body a lot. I've noticed that. I think he's trying to tire out Chris EUBANK Jr. Oh, there we go. His right eye is pouring again. You see, it was cutting round number 3. There was a lot of blood all over it. Round number 4, he managed to keep it under control, as in he wasn't being hit or whatever. But in this one, it's being reopened. So there's a lot of blood coming out. 45 seconds to go of round number 5. And the referee just give George Groves a bit of a warning, a bit of a talking to for back of the head punching, not for the first time in this fight. It's a George Groves doing the jabbing. I mean, Chris EUBANK Jr., he could get on top of George Groves if he moves his 10 feet a bit more. Or maybe he's fighting different style because maybe George Groves wouldn't have prepared for this one. Maybe. It's hard to tell. But Groves is definitely, he's winning this fight. Definitely winning this fight. He's winning this round as well, I think. But that right eye of Chris EUBANK Jr. is going to be a bit of a problem. The longer this fight goes on, the worse that problem's going to be. So I think that's why he's going for the knockout. He's got George Groves on the back. Oh, there we go. End of round 5. I'm going to give that one to George Groves, I think. Only just. Anybody says Chris EUBANK Jr., I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue any of these. That cut is bad. That is real bad. Luckily, it's not going in his eye. It's literally in the top right-hand corner of his eyebrow, that cut. And the cut's probably about an inch wide. Not thick, but long, I'm talking. So it's trickling down the side of his cheek, but obviously each time he moves, it's spraying across his face. So hopefully he doesn't get any blood in his eye, because if blood does start to go in his eye, the referee's going to stop it. Tell you right now. Do I think EUBANK is overrated? No, not really. I mean, he stepped up in weight, so he's doing well. He's holding his own. I mean, at the minute, I've got it. So it's 5 rounds in. I've got it 4-1 to George Groves. But if anybody's got it 3-2 to George Groves, I'm okay with that one. So pretty good fight though. Pretty good fight. But like I said, George Groves, he just seems to have, his tactic is to jab the body to try and tire out Chris EUBANK Jr. And Chris EUBANK Jr. is just going for the knockout. He wants to pin George Groves on the ropes and unload on him. Right, so 30 seconds into round 6. Again, well, our referee just called a timeout. He's got them both in there to say, look, quit it with the dirty talk. It's not really dirty talk, dirty fighting, of course. So that's pretty much the game plan for Chris EUBANK Jr. is to get George Groves against the rope or the corner and unload on him. That seems to be his plan. That's his only plan right now, is to knock out George Groves. He's not planning on winning rounds here. It's purely about knocking him out. George Groves is winning the rounds. And this might be the same mistake that Chris EUBANK Jr. made against Billy Joe Saunders. So, see what I mean? So, George Groves, he's virtually in the corner. He's on the back rope, and Chris EUBANK Jr. is just unloading on him. That's his plan. That's his whole plan. In the middle of the ring, it ain't happening. So at the minute, like I said, this is round number 6. 1.5 minutes to go, halfway through round 6. And at the minute, I have it 4-1 Groves. But like I said, 3-2 Groves, yeah, maybe. That last one was pretty close. Was close. How's everybody else got on it? 4-1, Andrew, there you go. Do you agree with me, buddy? Everybody, click that thumbs up for me, please. As I said before, I know a lot of people are hoping to see this live. I do apologise, but as I said before, it is illegal to do that on YouTube. I don't want to risk anything, so that's why I'm doing this, rather than a full fight review. So, oh, again, George Groves back in the corner. He's trying to grab hold of Junior because Junior just keeps unloading on him. Every time George Groves has his back to the rope, that's when he's unloading on him. At the minute, I'm probably going to give this round to Chris Eubank Jr. unless for these last 30 seconds, George Groves comes back because, again, it's another close round, but I'm probably going to give that to Junior so far. Same 4-1, David, yep. And there you go, Jimmy's got it 3-2, so, yeah. Because maybe a lot of you guys are probably going to have it a draw at the end of this round, then. Maybe. But the round's just about to finish, so at the minute, I've got it, 5-2. Oh, sorry, 5. I've got George Groves winning this by 1 round now. That's it. Well, Charles Parther's got this 5-0 to EUBANK. Damn. Like I said, all of these are very, very close rounds. It's very hard to score. If you're watching this, you'll understand what I mean. Very, very hard to score. So how the judges have got this, I have no idea. But at the minute, I'm probably gonna, yeah, I think I've got this 4-2 Groves right now. Yeah, 4-2. I'm gonna go with that 4-2. But anybody got 3-3? I'm not gonna argue with you. Anybody's got Junior winning? I don't think so because most of his punches they're missing. But I can see them connecting as the round goes on, as the fight goes on. Even here we go, start around number 7. So we're now over the halfway point. All right, 10 seconds in, not one punch thrown. Oh, Chris Eubank Jr. is talking to him. He's trying to play some kind of game with him. George Groves just smiled at him to say, yeah, whatever. So whatever Junior's saying, no idea, but it's a pretty good fight though. Good fight. I'm enjoying it. It's not fight of the year so far, but come the end of the fight, it could change. Could change. It's a very good fight. Very even fight in some ways, even though I do have it 4-2 to Groves. I didn't think I'd be having it 4-2 to Groves at this point. I thought probably 4-2 to EUBANK at this stage before the fight started. So again, he's trying to get Groves onto the corner or the ropes and unload on him, but George Groves is just grabbing him and he's stopping Junior from connecting. Junior's throwing big punches, but that is not connecting at all. He's just throwing wildly. I said his plan A is to stop George Groves. He doesn't appear to have a plan B at the minute. And he's getting tagged by the left. So whereas some people may be looking at this thinking, well, Chris Eubank Jr. is getting on top of Groves. He's actually not. He's missing. So where he's throwing like a volley of punches, they're hitting his arms, his gloves, or hitting thin air. So they're not actually connecting with Groves at the minute, but it could change. Could change. But Groves is definitely playing a counter puncher. That's for sure. And just sticking the right jab out. Sorry, the left jab out. Oh, that eye is really bothering Junior again. It's bothering him again to the point that Junior is actually starting to touch it now, which he wasn't doing before. I said this cut happened in round number 3, about what, a minute into it or thereabouts. Oh, he's really going for Groves now again, onto the ropes, but he's unable to fully connect with Groves because Groves is just playing it smart. When he was on the ropes, he grabs hold of Junior. He's he's somewhat weight bullying him, if that makes sense. He's just grabbing him and putting his weight on him, so Junior can't throw full punches. So any punches that are coming through, they're like half shots at the minute. But this could change. This could change. I think George Groves does need to start defending himself a bit better, though. Oh, just been caught by a left hook by Junior then. Big left hook. Oh, Junior's on the deck. No, it's a slip. Okay. Oh, Junior's saying, well, come on, let's fight, let's trade. I think Groves needs to keep on doing what he's doing. Junior really wants to trade. He wants to fight, but George Groves is sticking to his game plan. So, good fight, though. Very good fight. I'm enjoying it. For those of you who's watching this, and again, I gave that round to George Groves. So I've got this 5-2 to George Groves right now. How the judges have it, no idea. How you guys have it, you let me know what's going on. As to what you guys think. As I said, click that thumbs up if you haven't already. I know a lot of people are disappointed I'm not showing the fight, but as I said, it's illegal. So I'm not going to lie to you. I'm doing this purely because I want those of you who can't watch the fight to at least know what's going on with the fight, rather than because if I show it, obviously it's illegal. I don't want any kind of strikes. No, I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody's enjoying watching the fight. If you're not enjoying watching the fight, at least kind of understand a little bit what's going on with my very amateur commentary here. But yeah, I have it 5-2 to Groves right now. How do you guys have it? 6-1 Groves. Premier's got it. Okay. Yeah. So at the minute, I don't know. I think if George Groves wins one more round, then Junior needs a knockout by my scorecard and certainly by Puma's. So yeah. Oh, another stiff jab by Groves. It is out jabbing Junior. Junior's just lunging in with a big left hook and a big right, but he's not hitting. He's hitting sometimes, of course, but oh, he just caught Groves with a good left hand. Right, referee steps in. Again, I don't really know what Junior's plan is other than try and trap George Groves and unload on him and try and knock him out. That seems to be his plan. So, and George Groves seems to be very wise of it. So, whenever his back's on the ropes, arms come out, bear hugs him. So, George Groves is playing the smarter boxing game right now. If he sticks to it, he'll win this fight. But Junior's dangerous though. He's throwing some big swings. Look at that. Two big swings, a left punch, a right punch, both of them wide of the mark, hitting midair. George Groves is playing this very, very smart. Very, very smart. But it's not over. So anybody who might be a little disheartened by me saying that George Groves is winning this one, 5-2. Other people have it 6-1. But it's not over yet. This is round number 8. 1 minute to go, round number 8. It's not over for Junior. He's still in this fight. He's not in trouble, other than he's way behind by my scorecard, my unofficial scorecard. But he's definitely getting braver, Junior. He's not so cautious now. He's literally going for it, and he has to. And he's going by the big punch. I think he's waiting for George Groves to tire and maybe clip him. I think that's his plan. It might work, but so far George Groves has been wise to it. What do you all think of the fight overall? For those of you who's actually watching it, what do you think of it overall? Like Junior's starting to do a bit of showboating there and lunged in for a big left and got caught on the counter. Oh, George Groves. I thought he was about to stop Junior then. But there again, Junior's coming back. He's swinging for the fences. And George Groves ties him up. Oof. Either one of them two could have been stopped right then. Either one of them. There you go. End of round number 8. Again, I'll give that to George Groves. I want this to be a closer fight. I'm being as neutral as I can. I know I picked George Groves to win the tournament, but I'm literally trying to be neutral on this one. If I honestly believe that Chris Eubank Jr. was winning these rounds, I'll tell you. I swear I would. I swear I would. But yeah, you're right. I think Junior's getting very emotional in this one. He did catch George Groves with a good left, but he got caught on the way back. He's just swinging wildly. So again, that was another round for Groves. So I've got this. Well, 6-2. 6-2 to George Groves. That's what I've got it. It's not over, of course. There's 4 rounds to go now. Yep. And then both of them got a pretty good shot off on each other. See, Chris Eubank Jr., he's trying to do the whole confident, like, I've got you now. And George Groves just smiling at him saying, nah, you haven't. You haven't at all. So round number 9 just started. I have this, as I said before, 6-2 in favour of George Groves, but it's not over. George Jr. is swinging for the fences right now. He's swinging for the fences. There we go. Right, George Groves just managed to grab hold of him in the headlock and stop it coming forward. Don't be surprised if there's going to be a knockout in this fight and it comes from either guy. Don't be surprised. Although George Groves is well and truly winning this on my scorecards and a lot of you guys, but still, don't write off Junior. Don't write him off. Now, of course, if he's not getting advice from the corner, like Chris Eubank Jr. says he doesn't need, I think he needs it. I think he needs his dad and his trainers and that to be saying, listen, man, this is what you're doing wrong. Because you're swinging for the fences and George Groves is aware of it. I mean, to be fair, some of the punches are getting through, but the thing is, how is George Groves starting to get fatigued? Maybe. But George Groves seems confident. Eubank Jr. looks confident, but Eubank Jr. shouldn't be confident right now. It's that cut. I think that cut is actually bothering Junior. He's not showing it, but I think it is. He just won't stop bleeding. Just won't stop. And he's just going for it. He's just trying to throw the big punches, trying to tee off on George Groves, get him against the ropes, the corner. And George Groves just keeps ducking and moving and then grabbing him. So he's not actually connecting. But so far, I'm going to give this round to Chris Eubank Jr. with 1 minute to go. Again, very, very close. It could swing, depending how this last minute goes. Purely for Junior's are more aggressive. He's not particularly landing too much, but George Groves isn't landing either. So because George Groves is just defending, but he took a big punch. Oh, he just hit Junior with a good right then. But Junior seemed to take it, no problem. Oh, here we go. It's a proper war now. It's a proper war. He's just swinging. There's no style to this fight whatsoever now. For especially from Junior, he's just swinging for the fences, and George Groves is just grabbing him. But if one of those big punches get through, is George Groves going to be able to take it? We've seen him drop before. Maybe a couple of big punches may put George Groves down. Will it knock him out? Hard to tell. Hard to tell. But George Groves needs to try not to trade with him. Go back to how he was before, and you'll win. Right, so I'm going to give that round to Chris Eubank Jr. So end of round number 9, done. So that's 6-3 in George Groves' favour for me. How are you guys scoring it? My prediction isn't far away from going up in smoke. I thought Junior would stop him in round number 9. Well, that's round number 9 finished now. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm not surprised how any of this is going. Really, I'm not. I'm a little surprised because I did believe that Junior would win the opening rounds. I thought he would. But I don't know, maybe the judges have scored it differently for me. I don't know. Because a lot of punches that are coming through where George Groves is against the ropes and Junior's just unloading. Oh, he did actually catch him with a pretty decent uppercut there. But they're not connecting fully. Most of the punches are actually missing. But are the judges seeing that? Obviously, we're seeing the replay. Do they get to see the replay? I don't know. All right, round number 10. Here we go. So I have this 6-3 in George Groves' favour. Yeah, there you go, Oasis. You agree with me on that one. 6-3. Jimmy's got this 5-4 to Groves. Oh, both of them just hit each other with a big shot. Then I think George Groves hit him with a bigger counter right punch. See, if George Groves carries on the rest of this fight the way that he started the opening 3 or 4 rounds, he'll win this one. He'll win it on points. I don't see him stopping Junior, but potentially Junior could stop Groves. Potentially, of course. So this is the 1 minute into round number 10. As I said, I have this 6-3 in George Groves' favour. But the bigger punches are coming from Chris Eubank Jr., but obviously not all of them are getting away. But Junior's still got a lot of fight in him. He's still got a lot of energy in him. And I think that's probably one of his game plans, to not overexert himself too early in the fight. Just explode in bursts. And that's pretty much what he's trying to do. Again, so we've got 1.5 minutes left of round number 10. So far, Groves winning this one. But as I said, I'm not a professional. So, oh, George Groves just threw Chris Eubank Jr. to the floor. Obviously, it's not a legitimate knockdown, of course. Chris Eubank Jr., he's just trying to land the one big punch to maybe wobble George Groves and then go for the kill. That's what his game plan is. But so far, it's not working. So far, it's not working. Oh, okay. Chris Eubank Jr. hit the deck again, but the referee said no. I think that may have actually been a knockdown, but maybe not. I don't know. Hard to say. But he got George Groves on the back rope again, unloading with the uppercuts. But he keeps on grabbing Junior, and the referee's going to end up docking a point if he keeps on doing it. But there again, he's allowed to. You're allowed to defend yourself. But Junior's right eye is terrible, and again, he's got George Groves on the back rope again, and he's teeing off on him. But George Groves fought back well. Now he's got Junior on the back rope. His face is messed up. Junior's face is messed up real bad. Real bad. The doctors really need to have a look at that. That's just absolutely pissing blood right now. Oh, again, George Groves. Yeah, I think George Groves won this round for me. I mean, Junior's definitely been the most busier, but he hasn't been connecting with anything. Nothing meaningful anyway, but George Groves has. Yeah. George Groves move. Oh, you see, he just counter jabbing him and then big punching. Whereas a Junior, he's trying to. Oh, George Groves might actually stop him here. Oh no, there you go. Sorry, he wasn't saved by the bell. I'm not gonna exaggerate here, but again, that was another round for George Groves. 2 rounds to go. Very good fight, though. Very good fight. I'm very excited about this fight. It's living up to what a lot of us thought. But George Groves is starting to fade a little bit, maybe. But Junior his game plan isn't working. His game plan is to try and catch him and knock him out. So his dad needs to really get in his ear and say, listen, man, actually listen to your trainers. If Junior loses this fight, which at the minute he's gonna, I've got it 7-3 in favour of George Groves. If Junior loses this fight, if he doesn't knock out George Groves, which is what he needs to do, then he needs to have a little look at himself and say, listen, man, I do actually need some help with a corner. Because again, he's just lunging in. He's throwing like a big left hook in the hope he's going to hit Groves, stun him, and then tee off. But at the minute, it's not working. Not to say it's not going to work, but so far it hasn't. Round number 11 just started. So again, I have this 7-3 in favour of George Groves. How you guys got it anyway? So I think even if Junior was to win these last 2 rounds, for me, he hasn't won the fight. But how do the judges score it? I don't know. Maybe they're looking at Junior. Maybe they're not seeing replays. I don't know. Maybe they're thinking a lot of punches are connecting with Groves, but the replays are suggesting that they're not. A couple are, of course. But George Groves needs to keep smart for these last 2 rounds. Keep smart. Don't trade with him. Counter him. Stick behind the jab. Stick behind the jab. Keep circling. Keep moving. Don't let Junior. Junior needs a knockout. That's my opinion. Jim. What's that, Jimmy? What'd you say? Okay. Oh, we just caught Groves with a good left hook then. George Groves, grab him. Don't let him tee off on you because you're going to lose this one if you do. The referee may stop him. There you go. He just stopped him. There you go. All right, so we've got 1 minute, 40 seconds left of round number 11. Again, another close round so far. How are you all scoring this anyway? I think the plan A for Chris Eubank Jr. isn't working, but he's going for it though. I mean, he's swinging for the fences, but that right eye is definitely bothering him. It's bothering him. He's swinging for the fences. Is he actually going to catch George Groves? He may well do. If he does, oh, George Groves just hit Junior. I thought he wobbled him then. No, he hasn't. Oh, I think Junior might be in trouble, even though he's teeing off on George Groves. He got caught by George Groves then, and he looked like he got wobbled. Maybe he didn't. Maybe it's just where he stood there, but the counter punch from George Groves seemed to stun him. Oh, yeah, see, Junior can't see out of his right eye. He keeps blinking and touching it. And George Groves sees that and he's just jabbing at that right eye of Junior. George Groves needs to just stay focused here. Again, George Groves has won this round for me. 30 seconds to go. Close round, like I said, there's quite a few swing rounds, so, you know, my scoring may not be correct. Oh, I think he just caught George Groves with a pretty good shot then. No. All right, 15 seconds to go. Round number 11. Junior is clearly just trying to tee off on him, but George Groves isn't allowing it. Yeah. I mean, again, Chris Eubank Jr. was definitely the busier trying to tee off, but the punches weren't connecting. They weren't. And George Groves will just tie him up. So now we're down to the final round. Again, I'm probably going to give that one to George Groves, but you know what? I'm actually going to be generous. I'm going to change it. I'm going to give it to Chris Eubank Jr. because it was a very close fight. So there you go. Richie Woodall has this unofficially 108 to 101 to Chris Eubank Jr. So there you go. We have it the same. Just a couple of rounds that he scored it as a junior win. I didn't. So, but for me, Junior needs a knockout. But listen, man. No matter what happens, he's stood up. He's took it. You know, he's done. He stepped up to the plate. A lot of people thought that he may pull himself out of the tournament at some point. He hasn't. He's got in there. He's brawled with him. Here we go. Round number 12, final round. There you go. A respectful touch of gloves, a little nod to each other. So now it's a case of can George Groves hang on for these last 3 minutes? If he can, he's going to win this fight. If George Groves loses this on points, for me, it's a robbery. A straight up robbery. There you go. Jimmy has it 6-5 to Groves. Yeah. So depending on how this round goes, you may have it as a draw overall. But for me, I've got it a very clear George Groves win, no matter how this round goes. Unless, of course, he stops George Groves, which he might. He's teeing off on him. He's trying, but there's no real zip in his punches. So, but he's trying. He's trying. He's really trying to see. George Groves is pinned up against the ropes. Every time he tries to move out of the way, Junior's back on him again, pushing him into the other rope. So that's his game plan, is to get him on the ropes and tee off. He's been trying it all fight and it hasn't worked so far. So will round number 12, will it work? But clearly that eye's bothering Junior. Clearly. But oh, George Groves just gives something there that his left shoulder is knackered or hurting. Right, so here we are. 1 minute, 40 seconds of round number 12 to go. If George Groves can just stay away from a big punch, he should win this fight. Should. But how much, but there again, how much power has Junior got left? How much power? I mean, he's throwing the uppercuts at him. He's throwing the uppercuts at him. George Groves, don't trade with him. See, he dropped his arms and was just moving his head around to let George Groves, sorry, to let Junior try and throw some barrage of punches at him. That's a stupid game plan for 1 minute left of this round to go. Stay defensively and you win the fight. If you lose it now, it's your own fault for messing about. Or maybe George Groves just isn't feeling the power. But Chris Eubank Jr. is winning this round, that's for sure. That is for sure. Oh, see, George Groves, move your damn feet away from him. Move your damn feet away from him. 30 seconds to go. Junior's just teeing off on him on the corner. He's teeing off on him. But George Groves is throwing the uppercuts back. There you go. They're both trading here. George Groves, move your feet. Oh, damn, some blood just splattered on the camera there. 20 seconds to go. George Groves needs to stay away from him. Stay away from him and you win this fight. Stay away from him. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, I think George Groves is George Groves out of it? He's definitely knackered. There you go. Fight over. Fight over. Both of them got their hands raised. For me, George Groves won that fight convincingly. Chris Eubank Jr. won that last round. Very, very one-sided last round, that one. So for me, George Groves wins that one. 8-4. 8-4 for me. But Junior, no shame, bruv. No shame. No shame whatsoever. His performance was excellent. He traded, but his game plan was wrong. He tried to knock out George Groves. That was his plan A, and he stuck to plan A. That was it. So George Groves should win this one. If the judges give it to Chris Eubank Jr., that's a robbery, man. That would be a robbery for me. But as I said, nothing but respect for both fighters in this one. It was a real war at times. Round number 12, I thought that George Groves played with fire on this one. But you see, Junior, he's walking around as if he's won it. He hasn't won it. Or he shouldn't have anyway. He shouldn't have. But of course, we had the benefit of the replays. Do the judges have the benefit of the replays? I don't know. I don't know. So maybe they thought a lot of the punches were actually landing with Groves, landing by Junior on Groves. So how did you all do it? The comment section here is better than the fight. Anyway, I hope people all click that subscribe button. For anybody who hasn't subscribed, and click that thumbs up. Because we've got 200 viewers in right now and only, 100 thumbs up? What's going on? Everybody click that thumbs up because you all shared the fight with me tonight. It's been a very good fight. I've enjoyed it. Again, I gave that very one-sided to George Groves. 8-4 is my final score. 8-4 to George Groves. But how the judges score it, don't know. Don't know. Because, I don't know. Bearing in mind, Chris Eubank Jr. is the ITV pay-per-view star. So maybe if there's going to be a screw job, maybe. There was a bit of a screw job when his dad beat Nigel Benn for the second time. For me, Nigel Benn won that fight. So, what's going on? Everybody keeps saying things about Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy says it's a draw. Well, there were some close rounds, but no, for me, I think that George Groves won that one, buddy. For me, as I said, I'm not an expert, so I'm just letting you know. Again, click that thumbs up, and when they get in the middle of the ring, I'll turn up the volume so everybody can hear the final results. So yeah, definitely JD Mack. His shoulder did go. George Groves' left shoulder went. That's for sure. Puma had that 10-2 in George Groves' favour. No, see, I had that 8-4, but again, I think I was being generous with Chris Eubank Jr. for a round or two. There you go. Total punches thrown: 398 George Groves, 421 for Junior. But I missed the percentage. As I was reading it, I looked away. It ended. But I think Junior knows he hasn't won it. He must do. He must do. Unless he's expecting a screw job. Unless he is. George Groves won that one, definitely. Definitely. What's what I'm going to do then? As soon as I announce the results, I'm going to end it. Obviously, I'm going to turn it up so you guys can hear it. And anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. For those who couldn't actually get to watch it, and you've had, dumbass me commentating for you. I say I'm not a commentator. I'm not professional at it. But Darren had that for Groves on an easy win. Yeah. All right. Yeah. For me, 8-4. But we'll have to wait and see. Adelaide Bow would give it 118, 110. What the favourite of Junior? Yeah. Yeah. But listen, man. Chris Eubank Jr. Listen, man. He has done well in this fight. He's done really, really well. Considering he stepped up, he went into a very, very experienced George Groves. But the mind games, here we go. Right, here we go. Going to turn it up now for you all. Here we go. 117 to 112. Whoa. 17, 112. Stephen Gray, 116 to 112. 116, 112. That was my scorecard. 115 to 113. George Groves has to be. Unanimous? Yes, George Groves wins. There you go. There you go. So George Groves wins. There we go. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this one right now. I need to go to the loo like real quick, and then I'm going to start up a new stream in a very short while. Okay. I'm sorry about your son. I hope he's all right. Oh, thanks, Luke. I appreciate that. It's a something that's yeah. I do appreciate that. So there you go. George Groves wins that one comfortably, as me and a lot of guys thought. So anyway, thank you very much. Click that thumbs up and give me about 10, 15 minutes, and I'm going to do another hangout, and we're going to talk about it all. Okay. All right. So I'll catch you all. No, probably about 20 minutes actually. So give me 20 minutes. All right. I need to go get a drink and that as well. So catch you all real soon. Thank you very, very much for popping in, keeping me company. I do appreciate it all. So thank you. Thank you very much. I'll see you in about 20 minutes on a different one.